And we return with the story of Diego Ortiz. This is the final installment of the first season. And we're kicking it off with the game against Huracan in the home stadium. And, well, we've had a great season so far with Ortiz. He has put on an excellent first season. Scored a lot of goals. He's the team's top goal scorer. He's currently the league's top goal scorer. And he has 4 games to hold on to that title with a nice little shot there in the 12th minute. Well saved by the opposition's keeper, unfortunately. But from the resulting corner, it's whipped across. And Ortiz gets to it first. No one at the back post is there to tuck that one in. And it goes down as a shot off target for Ortiz, unfortunately. But he lays the ball off into the midfield. He's kind of waiting around in the D. Eventually, it'll find its way out wide. Whipped across. And Prato lays it off to Quintero, who tucks that one home and he makes it 1-0 to River Plate. Prato with the assist. You could see there, Ortiz was maybe looking to head that one in. Unfortunately, though, he didn't jump up high enough and couldn't get a connection with the ball. 35 minutes in, 10 minutes before half time. Ortiz is just running around in the midfield, trying to hopefully find a bit of space. He does so. Finds Quintero. Quintero finds Perez. And it's a great save by the keeper to keep things at just 1-0. Because if the scoreline doubles, you're going to be in a hard day at the office. You can see there, we won a free kick. De La Cruz lays it off, and we try and curl one into the opposite corner. Can't quite do so just after the hour mark. Ortiz is having the chances, just not being able to tuck any of them away so far this game. Just past the hour mark, Ortiz. The ball's played out wide on the left. Whipped across, first time volley. And it's a well saved chance there by the keeper. Because that would have been a wonder goal, a wonder strike. 77 minutes in. If they score now, it'll just be a misery. And they do. There's 12 minutes left in the game. Hopefully we can hold on. Hopefully we can score again. As you can see here, we're into the 90th minute. Huracan have the ball. The goalkeeper plays it all the way upfield. They win the midfield battle to the Cam Mendoza. Mendoza plays it out wide to Perez. Perez is going to play it back into Mendoza. Plays one through to Chavarez. And they win the game 2-1. And this is the type of reason why Ortiz is probably the favourite to win the Player of the Season at River Plate. Because no one else is carrying their weight. You know, Ortiz is scoring the goals, he's assisting the goals. None of the midfielders are assisting too many goals, it's usually Prato that is. And the defenders aren't keeping clean sheets, neither is the keeper. But you can see here Ortiz with a brilliant piece of play. Gets into the box, has a nice little strike. Unfortunately, it was saved by the goalkeeper. And look at this, 13 minutes in, Ortiz gets to take his first ever free kick. Now, it was a long free kick, there was no range to shoot from. But I just thought it was funny how he was taking a free kick with like 60 free kick accuracy. 20 minutes into the game though, Ortiz receives the ball in his own half, lays it off to Prato, little 1-2 between them. Plays it back to Prato and another little 1-2. Back to Prato. Prato then plays it to Perez. Out wide to the right back, through to Ortiz. Tries to play it into the box, can't quite do so. Does win the ball back, and again has a lovely strike, but it is just wide of the post. That's 2 opportunities in the game so far that Ortiz could have scored. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to tuck them away though. 34 minutes into the game, Ortiz receives the ball, looks to get past his man, can't quite do so. De La Cruz lays it off to the central midfielder, who strikes it home with 10 minutes left in the first half. It's a really nice strike. And it's another assist for De La Cruz. De La Cruz and Quintero have been really good at Cam so far this season. And, yeah, they've actually pulled their weight as well as us. Prato, Ortiz, Quintero and De La Cruz are the 4 players that have pulled their weight and the 4 players that are most likely to be in contention for Player of the Season. But 66 minutes in there, Ortiz has a chance. Unfortunately, it's blocked and will go out for a corner. Perez is going to take that resulting corner. And it's going to be whipped across. Prato is going to look to get his head on it. Can't quite do so. Fernandez heads it back across. And then it's tucked home. And it is 2-0, doubling our lead as Perez picks up the goal. And Ortiz with his back to goal tries to turn his man. Can't quite do so. And it looks as if the opposition are going to counter-attack here. And that's a brilliant burst of pace by Barbona. But a great save by the keeper. Keeps the scores at 2-0. And so far he's keeping himself a clean sheet with 9 minutes left in the game. Prato plays the ball through to Ortiz, doesn't quite find him as the opposition pick up the ball and look to counter. They play it straight into the path of Perez. Then Ortiz is going to play it through to Quintero. Back through to Ortiz, one-on-one with the keeper, strikes it across goal. and it is 3-0. The game's dead and buried. Ortiz gets his name on the score sheet, adding to his tally, and well, that's probably the golden boot wrapped up for him at River Plate, definitely. The league is another question. I think there's another player very close to him, and with 2 minutes left in the game, you know, of course they're not going to keep a clean sheet. Of course we're not going to keep a clean sheet. But you can see here, if you remember earlier into the season, we had a flashback to Ortiz's life before he joined River Plate, and he used to work at a convenience store, and he said he would one day repay the owner because he would let him leave early to go to training. And well, what he's done is he's returned to the store and he's bought the entire stock. He's bought every single item in the shop just to repay the man. And well, it's a little bit of cash out of Ortiz's pocket, but that should do the owner a whole lot of help. And he returns to his car and he drives off into the night like a superhero, like a modern day Batman, you know, buying out the stock for his old friend. And yeah, that might be the last time they ever see him. But we do move in to the third of the 4 games in this episode. Belgrano away from home, River Plate, and right now River Plate are sitting in 4th. They need a win to go ahead of San Lorenzo. We're currently ahead of Independiente by 2 points, so a win today would do us the world of good in trying to get into the South American Champions League. But look at that, a lovely little ball roll into a brilliant strike, and it's 10 minutes in. That's a really nice strike on the weaker left foot as well. Rolls it past the defender and then just strikes it into the top corner. Have a look at the replay here. Gets past his defender, and on just as he enters the D on the edge of the box, he strikes it, and there's a really nice goal there. 17 minutes in, the ball's whipped in. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near Ortiz, and he can't really get a chance from that one. But the diving headers, 2 players went in, and neither of them really got on the end of it. 20 minutes in though, De La Cruza plays the ball off to Fernandez. Fernandez to Ortiz. Ortiz lays it off, and it's a brilliant strike, but it was unfortunately always rising. Never had enough dip on it to go into the back of the net. But the strike partner of Ortiz is not Prato for this game for some reason. But Ortiz have played through on goal, one-on-one, and he strikes it past the goalkeeper into the opposite corner of where he just scored his... No, into the exact same corner as to where he just scored his first goal. And 33 minutes in, he's got the brace. He's got a whole half ahead of him to try and get the hat-trick. And 40 minutes into the game, Ortiz receives the ball on the halfway line, plays it to De La Cruza. He's going to play it out into the wing position, back in to Ortiz. He's got a couple of men behind him and he chooses that smartly, keeping possession of the ball. He's got a lot of space to run into, and he tucks it past the keeper. A lovely little dinked effort over the top of the goalkeeper. Makes it 3-0. The match ball is coming home with Diego Ortiz as he gets his first professional hat-trick of his career. That's a brilliant accomplishment. But Belgrano are looking to counter here as Ortiz's touch goes straight to one of their players. They're going to play it out wide down the wing. They've got 2 men in the middle and they're going to whip it across, and it's a lovely little header at the near post. 53 minutes into the game puts them 1 goal back into it. They need 2 goals. They've got 40 minutes to do so. Ortiz, he's going to want to add some more goals to his tally if he can. Out wide, he plays the ball short to the right back. It's whipped across, headed to Quintero. First time through Ortiz. Unfortunately, that one takes a deflection and does go over the crossbar. And it's a bit poor, but 3 minutes left in the game. The ball's whipped across to the back post, headed straight to the edge of the box, and somehow they have got back into this game. It's 3-2, and in the 92nd minute, Gudinho, there's a man over at the back post, Sakira, and he puts it wide. Thank God for that, because all of Ortiz's hard work to get the hat-trick could have been thrown away. You can see him here collecting the match ball, 9 total attempts, 3 goals, and it's a really good game for Ortiz. His first professional hat-trick. You can see there, 6 of those were on target, 3 of which were off target, a perfect 10.0 rating. 93% pass accuracy, 5 key passes. So 5 key passes and 3 goals with a 93% pass accuracy. What a player he is. What a player he is. And to celebrate the hat-trick, you know, he's going to drive down. He's found a local area down in Argentina. It's got a nice little private beach just behind a couple of houses, and you know, one day maybe he'll buy a house down here, but you can see him here. Just a secret little path that leads to a nice little private beach. Only a couple of people know about this, and well, it's a great place just to relax, to think about things. And Ortiz, you know what he's going to do. He's going to run straight into the water. You can see there's a couple of people dotted around, a couple of people know about this location, but Ortiz, he loves the beach, he loves the ocean, and he's just going to sprint down, and he's going to have a nice little swim, just in a celebration for scoring the hat-trick, you know, rewarding himself. The manager's given a day off training because of the hat-trick, so how's he going to spend that day? At the beach, as any man would. But we move in to the final game of the episode, final game of the season. There's not much we can do in the season right now. We're just going to take on Banfield. It's pretty much a consolation game. We can't finish first. We're in the Continental Cup qualification area, but to rub salt in the wounds, we're into the 50th minute with only 2 minutes added on. They whip the ball to the back post, and they make it 1-0 at home. And you can see here, 92nd minute, they clear the ball away. Our season ends on a down note with a loss. Unfortunately, a 7.8 rating and 81 overall for Diego Ortiz. Not too bad. And you can see here he's all dressed up in his white tuxedo. That is because it is the end of season awards coming up, so he's just driving to the really nice area. You can see it there ahead of him. The nice ballroom that was rented out for the awards by the Argentinian FA. They've got the whole SAF league in the attendance. And well, Ortiz is dressed to impress. He knows he's going to win a couple of awards here. He's confident. He doesn't know what awards, but he knows he will win at least the Golden Boot. I can confirm that now. Ortiz has won the Golden Boot for the SAF League, which is brilliant. First season in the league, and he's gone and won the Golden Boot with 16 or 17 goals. It's really good to see. But you can see here, just parking up, finding the spaces. You can see there's already a couple of people here arriving, and it is a really nice venue. If we get a look here, as he walks up to the front door, a lot of modern art, a lot of trees. There's a, you saw we went around the roundabout, there's a nice modern art piece in there. But the venue, he is arriving, and well, he knows he's not going to be leaving empty-handed, as he will be probably walking away with at least one, which is the Golden Boot, as we confirmed. But here we go. Ortiz, the first award he wins is the Golden Boot, the top goal scorer award, scoring 18 goals in the SAF. He also received an award for finishing in the team of the season, along with a couple of other River Plate friends. But the most important one, Diego Ortiz wins the SAF Player of the Season. 18 goals with 6 assists, and he wins the Player of the Season. In total this season he's got 29 appearances, 23 goals and 9 assists. 1 red card, which was right at the beginning of the season if you remember that. He's grown 10 ratings to an 81 overall. He's worth 38 million and has had an average rating this season of an 8.3. You can see his stats there. His finishing's gone up plus 10. Attacking positioning's gone up plus 17. Plus 16 on his long shots. And that has also meant we have unlocked the Lotto Boots. We've made 30 appearances, scored 15 goals, assisted 5 goals, and made it into 3 Team of the Weeks. The Lotto Boots look okay, not the best, but some really bad news here. The Argentina squad for the Copa America has been announced. And because Messi is returning from injury, that means that Diego Ortiz's spot in the squad has been dropped. And this is tough news to take. So he's returned to the pier on that private beach. There's a pier and he's rented out a boat and he just wants to go out to the private place out at sea and just be with his thoughts, because he's pretty mad right now. He scored 18 goals in his first season. He's scored for Argentina in the most recent friendlies, but he hasn't been selected. It's just a tough pill to swallow, but you got to live and you learn. This isn't going to be the easiest career for him. He's playing in the Argentinian league. It's not as competitive as the Bundesliga, the Premier League, La Liga, the leagues where these Argentinian players are actually playing. So he can understand that. But just the fact he wasn't even called up by the manager to tell him that he was unfortunately not selected. It's a tough one. It is a very tough one to take from Ortiz, unfortunately. But having a look at our league expectations that were given to us at the beginning of the season by the manager, and we smashed them out of the park. We have scored 18 goals. We were expected to score 5. We were assisted 6 goals when we were supposed to assist 5. That's not too bad. 19% from a 10% conversion rate, and our average rating was also above the 7.9, which is brilliant to see. But you can see there, this is a familiar building. This is the club's headquarters, the River Plate training ground. And while Ortiz is dressed up, he's got some bad news for the manager, as Ortiz feels he's outgrown this league, and if he wants to be taken seriously by the Argentinian manager, he feels he has to leave. He's put in a transfer request, and as you can see here, Marcelo Gallardo has decided to grant the request for Diego Ortiz to be put on the transfer list, and he will receive offers. This right here is Diego Ortiz's agent. It's his sister, and she has got some news for Ortiz. They're meeting at the pier. You remember the pier right at the beginning of the season. It's where Ortiz went to think about the season ahead of him, and this is also going to be where he thinks about the season ahead of him for next season. He's got 2 offers, the first of which from the German team Borussia Dortmund, offering 60k per week. That's not too bad. But the other team offering for him, Real Madrid, they're offering 100k more than Dortmund. But who will he pick? Find out in the next episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this first season of the My Player. I know I sure have. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.